morning, this is PopImpressKA Journal, and we're here today on a beautiful day at the Farmers Market by Babylon, and we're here with Seabury, and he is the amazing creator of this beautiful, wonderful, hot high-river sauce, and also he is a published author of a very well-known book, Mashed Potatoes, and has recipes of all very well-known famous rock stars. And also we're here with JC, 50 Miles to Frequency. And we're here today to talk about hot sauce and Steve and his popularity. He recently beat on Good Morning America and actually surprised a lot of people during the show.
We saw that interview, we know.
That was great too, making that guy cry.
I was just going to ask you that.
Steve, I'm so amazed of the product that you have, and right now we have actually the Hellacious hot sauce and the Off the Sun hot sauce. And tell me, how did you started with this adventure, and what helped you to be so successful?
Well, being in the band like JC, I've traveled and going to traveling in a band with 5 dudes in like a station wagon or a little van, you eat the best food like Taco Bell and McDonald's a lot. So I was like, I need to make a better hot sauce than Taco Bell stuff. So I started dabbling in making hot sauces, and everyone loved it. And I was trading hot sauces with other bands, and finally, I got a call from Willie Nelson's people. They're like, hey, Willie would like to have you make a hot sauce for him. So I made the sauce for the Throwdown tour, and it kind of took off from there. And I started like, I'm going to put it out commercially and see who likes it. And it's been, taken off very well. I've won 15 awards now, and just keeps on growing bigger and bigger,
And then going back to your roots, what actually made you the person that you are today? What inspired you to be in a music band and then move forward from there?
Well, my whole family is musicians, so I kind of didn't fall too far from the tree. And I have a big family, and my mom worked a lot, so being the oldest one, I had to take care of my sisters, so I used to cook all the time. My mom taught me how to cook, and I love music, so it's kind of like still in my DNA, and I still love cooking, and I still love heavy metal, so it's been a good time.
Now, why heavy metal? Is it a particular genre that you like so much?
Well, being a musician, I play guitar as well, and I just love those musicians because they're like modern day, Beethovens or whatever. I mean, they're so technical and so talented, and I just want to inspire to be equally as good as them. So I practice all the time, and it's a difficult genre of music to play, So I love the challenge of it.
And then from working off all those stars and working, of course, with the recipes, who do you think was the most striking individual that you worked with?
Probably my favorite guy I've ever worked with, I still work with him, is probably Zach Wild from Black Label Society, who's also a guitar player for Ozzy Osbourne. Really good guy, he's a lot of fun, he's funny, and he's just a normal dude that just likes to have a good time, So it's always fun when I go out on tour with that,
Now you cook a lot with this, right?
Yes, I do.
And I know that JC is also very good in cooking, so can you tell me, like, with this hot sauce, where would you put it, how would you use it? Because I know they're really hot, like special edition, right?
Yeah, this sauce right here, I made for anything that goes moo. I put on my steaks, my burgers. I made it specifically for red meat. This sauce right here, Cheers to the Sun, it's got 4 different fruits in it, so it's got a nice sweetness to it. And I made that one for like pork and chicken and stuff like that, So
I am a big seafood fanatic.
Okay.
Do you have a hot sauce that you'd recommend for a seafood?
This right here.
Definitely that one.
Oh yeah, for some reason it really, the flavor profiles go great with anything that swims in the water. It really does. It's
very,
really
very cool.
Yeah,
and what seafood would you personally recommend that goes best with?
You know what? I'm not really like a big seafood guy, but I love it on lobsters, shrimp. My wife loves it on stuff that her dad catches around the water here. I don't even know the names of the fishes here, But like I said, I don't eat fish. I like things that go moo, or oink, So
you're a corny.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, with heavy metal and everything else, do you still do this on the side, or how does it plan?
Yeah, this thing is really, it started out as a hobby, but now I'm probably in about 80 grocery stores throughout the United States. We're now in Germany and the UK, and we're landing bigger and bigger distribution deals now, and you know, we're going through hundreds of cases a month now. It's just getting bigger and bigger. My wife basically is working part-time now, so she can do this full-time for us. And I still have my day job though, but it's a snowball now. It's getting out of control, which is good, you know.
Do high-end restaurants in Manhattan carry or use your product in their cooking?
No, there was a couple places. I work with Chris Santos from the Food Network, so he carries the sauces. But it's so weird. I don't have my stuff in any grocery stores in Long Island at all. It's mostly, it's funny because I'm in like 3 grocery stores in San Diego, California, but none in Long Island. I don't know, it's really hard to tap this market, so, but we're trying, you know, so.
Now, where were you born?
I was born in a small town in upstate New York called Penn Yan, New York. And I grew up on a big farm, and you know, I'm definitely a country boy.
So what is
you and I have so much in common.
Yeah, exactly.
So what would you say like the most amazing memory that you have bringing from childhood to like where you are right now?
You know where I come from. You know, if you want eggs, you don't go to the grocery store. You go to the chicken coop. And you know, I had motorcycles, snowmobiles growing up. I grew up on like 40+ acres of land. You know, went skiing a lot, ice skating. You know, we had big freshwater lakes, mountains, and so. I love being an outdoorsman. I love going hunting, you know, fishing. Yeah, absolutely. You know.
When you know, actually hunt the deer, I'm sure you make a good venison chili, especially with your hot sauce.
Yeah, we do, you know, venison sausage, hamburger, steaks. We do it all, man. It's good.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So are you a big grill man?
Oh, I love grilling. Absolutely.
Wow.
I love all meat. I'm definitely a carnivore, man. I love it.
So do you use this to make your own barbecue sauce?
Yeah, absolutely. I do make my own sauces, and if I don't make my own barbecue sauce, if I buy a store-bought one, I'll use my sauces to add to it. You know, give it extra flavor, a little bit of kick to it. You know, so but yeah, I mean, you can. You know, like take typical mayonnaise, put some hot sauce in it, and adds a whole new dimension to it.
You can put mayonnaise in the hot sauce.
Yeah, you put a little bit in there, and it just adds a whole new element to it. Like this sauce right here, when I make tuna fish sandwiches, I'll use mayonnaise, and I'll put some of that in it, and it just takes it to a whole new level. You know?
After the interview, I am definitely going to write down your recipe.
Oh, no worries,
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great.
Now, growing up on the farm, like you said, you know, I'm sure you started eating hot peppers and you started liking spicy food at a young age.
Yeah.
What was the first pepper you tried?
You know, I guess
spicy pepper.
You know, I guess the typical, you know, peppers that, you know, we always started eating bell peppers, red bell peppers and stuff like that, and jalapenos. The next thing you know, I'm getting into habaneros, you know, and as my tolerance got, you know, up there, I started eating the, you know, the ghost peppers. Now I'm doing scorpion peppers. And now there's a new pepper that this grower in South Carolina made. It's called the Reaper pepper, which is beyond hot. I mean, it's like you take a bite of it, you're just like, oh my god, you know, it's like your whole body is just on fire, you know. So then she made a new sauce.
Death, but in a good way.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You were death, but in a good way.
Yes.
Now, as far as the heat goes, isn't there a certain scale that they use to measure the heat of each pepper?
Yeah, they use the Scoville Scale. And each pepper, like the jalapeno, is roughly between 3,000 and 5,000 Scoville units, and where the scorpion pepper is over 1 million.
Wow.
So there's a big, you know, it's definitely, it's a hot pepper. You know,
that sounds like
it's not for the faint of heart at all. You know?
That sounds brutal.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But again, I do mean that in a good way.
Yeah, no, it's good. And it's got really like a nice floral taste to it, so it really goes well with the fruits and stuff like that. So you can make a really interesting sauce.
We are, I mean, obviously we're at the farmer's market. Do you grow any of the peppers that you use in your sauces yourself? Do any of these vendors supply you? Do you work with any of these vendors or farmers in the local New York State area?
Yeah, I used to grow my own fruits, the peppers and stuff, but living in Long Island, you know, I don't really have a farm anymore, you know. So
where do you live now?
I live in Garden City. So my backyard. I used to grow peppers, but it's gotten so big. So now I buy my peppers from other farmers and stuff now. So and I buy mash and ship it to my manufacturer. They just bottle it up for me now. So. because I just can't, you know, the demand has gotten so high that I just can't do it myself anymore. So, and I don't want to anymore. It's too much work. You know, I just like, you know, I like selling this stuff. You know, then you know, you're so used to it, you're like, oh, that stuff's not gonna burn me, you know, and so you're cutting the peppers with no gloves on. The next thing you know, like, it's always a good time.
Now with mashed potatoes you cook, can you tell me what's inspired it? How did you put it all together?
Well, you know, working at a record company and going on tour with all these bands and traveling the world, you know, I got to try a lot of different culinary stuff that you wouldn't find in the United States, and work with the bands. The three things I always talked about was food, sports, and music. And I was always such a foodie, and a lot of bands are too, because, you know, being a musician, you always, you know, a lot of us guys always worked in restaurants and stuff like that. And, so it always became a topic of conversation, and I realized like a lot of these guys share the same passion of food. So I was drunk one night coming home from a bar, and I was like, I opened up the refrigerator and there was like nothing in it, and I made a joke to myself, I wonder what Lemmy would do right now, you know, if he had the same refrigerator as me. So the next morning I was completely hungover, and I was like, what would Lemmy do? So so I actually contacted Lemmy, and he sent me a recipe, and it kind of like snowballed after that. I was getting recipes from like Motley Crue and this and that, and so I put this collection together, and I got a literary agent, and Simon & Schuster loved the idea, and we put together, you know, all the proceeds go to the Meals on Wheels charity.
Tell me about the charity too.
Yeah, it's you know, a lot of people I know depend on the Meals on Wheels charity. My grandma does, a lot of my friends' parents do. So I thought it was a good cause. It's very noble, and I wanted to give back, you know. So all the proceeds go to that, and we raised tens of thousands of dollars for that. So it's definitely good. So every book sold, please go buy it. It goes to a good cause.
It makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's just
to
cool.
give back.
And, yeah, you know, and you know, I collaborated with so many artists, and we all thought it was a good idea to give to charity, and it's, you know, it's definitely a cool vibe.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now with the old countries that you visited, who do you think is the most closest to like the spiciness of the cuisine? And what was the most striking place that you visited?
You'll probably laugh, but the hottest food I ever had in my life was when I was in the UK. You're like, what? You know, are you insane? No, it was actually funny. We were on tour, and I love Indian food, and there was like this Indian restaurant. I'm like, man, it's so long, you know. And so we were all like, oh, let's go. So it was authentic, you know, great people that were the restaurant owners. And I was like, give me your spiciest dish, you know. And I couldn't even eat it. It was so hot. I was like, I was sweating and crying. I was like, oh my God, it's so hot, you know. But it was awesome. But yeah, I always try to find the spiciest food wherever I'm at. You know, I love spicy food. It just, I don't know, it's like the fountain of youth for me. It keeps me young and vibrant, you know. So. And
I know that hot sauce, a lot of times people use it because it digests it very well.
Yeah, it's good for cholesterol. It's good. I call it, you know, the fountain of youth in a bottle. I mean, I think there's a lot of good things that come out of it. You know, energy, metabolism, reduces your cholesterol. It's a good healer. You know.
Do you have a recipe, maybe like a quick one, you can tell us that, you know, people can use maybe for their digestion, or how they can use it in order to bring their like weight down? I know it's a lot of things people talk about, the weight and maintaining.
I use, you know, hot peppers and hot sauce pretty much everything from breakfast up until dinner. It goes on everything with me, you know. If I'm making an egg sandwich, I'll just throw a couple dabs on there. If I'm making chili or whatever, I mean, I literally put on everything, you know. If I'm making barbecue sauce, I'll put some hot sauce in there, some hot peppers in there, just to spice it up some. You know, having Chinese food, I'll put more peppers. I mean, I put peppers on everything. I just love it. I buy peppers, I eat peppers, I live and breathe it, you know.
Now as far as drinks go, I know Killians makes the Killians Red with the cayenne pepper in it.
Yeah.
Does anybody use your hot sauce in any drinks like martinis or just to give them a little kick?
Yeah, there's a couple of bars in Manhattan that we sell to. This sauce right here, the Tears of the Sun, because it's a fruit-based hot sauce, a lot of people use it in their margaritas. You know, and it's amazing. You know. Yeah, my wife's a mixologist. She uses all my hot sauces at the bar she works at, and everyone loves it spicy now. I mean, if you go to a grocery store, I mean, they're spicy everything now. You know, from I don't know, just like there's jalapeno here now. Like Doritos has spicy, Pringles has a jalapeno Pringle now. I mean, it's amazing, like the culinary aspect of peppers.
Habanero barbecue chips.
Exactly.
I see them everywhere.
It's so mainstream now, which is great. It's been great for my business, but it's definitely expanding. So, which is cool. I mean, people are digging the spicy food now.
Fantastic.
So have you had this margarita? Have you tried it?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Come on, now, of course I have.
You're like, come on.
Most of my mom's watching. I've never had it.
Now I want to ask you a question. Who inspires you to be who you are today?
I've been lucky. My parents have allowed me to do anything I wanted to do as long as I got good grades in school. And
Were you a good student?
yes, I was. I never skipped school. I was always pushed myself to get better grades. I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. Always been focused, but I also believe in be professional, but have a good time doing it. I don't listen to anybody else. I just like having a good time. I go by my own rules as long as I'm not offending anybody else. But I'm a free spirit. As long as you do whatever you want, as long as you're not hurting people, who cares? Just have a good time.
That's such a great outlook. Very positive.
I try not to stress out over life, and I don't know. I just I like having beers and eating spicy food. It's like, listen to heavy metal music. I mean, it's just I don't know. I just I'm really laid back when it comes to that. I don't let things bother me,
And then, what would you be your inspiration to the people that are growing up and they're probably looking out to people like you? And what would be your say to them?
I tell a lot of people ask me like, how do you do it? It's like just be yourself, find something that you're passionate about, and turn a hobby into making money. Just do it your own way. Have a good time, and instead of following trends, start your own trend. Because eventually people will follow you, and you can be the leader. And because most people will follow a trend, and by the time they get up to it, the trend's already changed. So just have a good time doing what you like to do, and eventually people will follow you.
And now, from all the people out there, like celebrities and rock stars, who you still want to work with and have their recipes to bring to you and have a second book?
I am working on my second book.
And what's the name of your second book?
It's going to be called Mashed Potatoes Volume 2. Doing this a lot, the book is kind of like when I have time to do it, But yeah, I mean, there's so many great rock stars.
Who feel like your ultimate that you still didn't get a hold of, but you would want to get?
Well, I work with this band called Chickenfoot, and it's got Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony from Van Halen in it. And Sammy Hagar's got his, Cabo. Well, he doesn't own it anymore, but he's got a new rum out there now, and Michael Anthony owns his own hot sauce company as well. So we've traded hot sauces and so that, but we haven't actually had time to talk about food and cook together. So he's on my chopping block. I want to get in the kitchen with that guy and see what we can create.
That's great. So, and the last kind of we always conclude, what are your 3 wishes for you to happen in general?
I just want just to succeed at doing what I love doing and not worry about things. I just want to if I want to go on vacation, I don't want to worry about money. I just want to go. If I want to do this, just go and do it, So that's my only goal. I really don't have a lot of. I mean, I do have aspirations in my life, but I don't know. I'm pretty mellow. I just want to, enjoy life. That's all. I don't want people to get mad at me. I don't want any drama. I just want to have a good time.
That's a great outlook.
That's fantastic outlook on life.
Yeah, it's simple, but I grew up in a small town, and I abide by simple life.
Apparently, a lot of people have been branching off into reality TV. There's a lot of amazing shows on the Food Network. Did you ever think about doing something like that?
Yeah, I've been
your High River hot sauce.
Yeah, I've been approached a couple times for a TV show, and with the music and the book deal really got me a lot of exposure, but. It's not interested. I really don't care, I'm not into it for the fame. I just want to, turn people on to good food and meet good people, and I have really zero ambition for that myself.
And what's the future? I mean, as far as the High River hot sauces, what direction do you see it going on a much larger scale for the future?
Well, we're gonna probably do 1 or 2 more different hot sauces. We have a seasonal hot sauce.
How many do you have right now out in the market?
I have about 6 recipes right now, and I take some out, bring some back. I'm gonna be working with Chris Santos from the Food Network. We're gonna do a BBQ Sauce Line together. So instead of doing hot sauce, we're gonna expand the line. Next year, we're gonna put out a margarita mix and probably a mustard, and kind of just let it grow from there. We're gonna try to. We're filming a new TV commercial right now.
By the way, I love the one with the devil.
Yeah.
Was that you?
No, that was my guitar player.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I have no aspiration to be on TV. They're like, you should play a devil. I was like, I don't want to be on camera. You know, so.
You're just enjoying it.
Yeah, I just enjoy it. I like being behind the scenes.
The ride is good.
Yeah.
Nothing
exactly.
wrong with that.
Exactly. And you know, so we're trying to grow. We're trying to reach out to bigger markets. Bigger supermarket chains. You know, we're just really growing, and you know, every day is getting bigger. We're just on the what do you call it? I just filmed an episode for the Food Network talking about spicy food and hot sauces, which should air in a couple months. Just a Good Morning America. So I'm doing small things like that to brand and get people to learn about High River sauces.
Has Adam from Man vs. Food challenged your hot sauce?
Not yet.
Competition
Not yet. But if he's man enough.
Put the gloves on, Adam.
Exactly. You know, so.
Very cool.
But it's just a lot of fun. You know, you get to meet people like you guys. You know, you get other chili heads, and it's just a lot of fun. You know.
Now, do you do the chili competition?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
You know, I'm not. These guys that do the chili cook-offs, that's what they do all year round. They're professionals. I do it more of it is just a cool thing to network with those guys and just have fun. I never place in it. You know. It's such a competitive world, you know. I do it like, hey, let's have some beer and cook up some chili, you know. But with the hot sauces, though, I do a lot of competitions with the hot sauce. I just took second place and third place at the World Championship in Dallas, Texas. So I was really honored to win those awards. And I think I've won 15 awards so far with different hot sauces. So it's just good exposure, and it's growing, and it's a lot of fun.
I think your logo speaks for itself. This is amazing.
Exactly.
Who's the artist that actually designed it?
One of my friends in West Virginia.
Crank up your bottle.
Crank up your bottle. It's like, I'm big, you know, into metal, muscle cars, and some of that, so I wanted a jalapeno pepper with an engine block coming out.
I love it. It's like a jalapeno pepper powered by a 502 thing. That'll definitely make you stand out.
No, it does. I saw a lot of t-shirts. And,
We're going to show this is the shirt, right? So who created the t-shirt?
I have a merch company that sells my t-shirts for me, so they're out of Cleveland. So they, So
There's a huge. What's your website?
it's highriversauces.com.
And why did you come up with that name?
You know, traveling through Canada, there's a town called High River, and it's right outside of Calgary, and they have like the big stampede races, the chuck wagon races, and I always, you know, being a country boy, I always thought I'm into like living in New York City. I've been to LA where they have like tons of food trucks. And I like these truck wagons were the very first food trucks, you know, and out on the prairies and all that stuff. So I really fell in love with the area, and I just loved, you know, I don't know, I just thought it would be a cool name, you know.
It's a great name, though.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, you know. So, well, people like it, so it's fun. You know.
Well, thank you so much. We had a blast.
Well, thank you.
Hot blast.
Exactly.
And you know, I'm sure people will go to the website, and looking forward to see more from you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Absolutely, JC. Thank you,
you.
brother. Absolutely, man. Thank you.
PopImpressKA.